Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello everyone, I'm Dimitris and I play Castor the Druid.
Hello, my name is Becca and I play Kiriki.
Hello, my name is Kevin and I play Malachi.
Hi, I'm Magda and I'm playing Nefeli.
Before mortals counted their days, before kings carved their names into stone, the goddess Eos, the dawn, rose each morning with her chariot burning across the horizon. Her radiance was soft and warm, tinted with rose and saffron, and her coming drove away the cold veil of night. She was eternal, ageless, and beautiful, yet within her heart lived a longing that even immortality could not quiet. For Eos, though beloved by the gods, had been cursed by Aphrodite to forever ache with desire for mortal men. And so, as she soared across the sky, she searched the mortal world for something that could quiet the ache. Someone who could meet her warmth with warmth, her devotion with devotion. She found him in Tithonus, a prince of Troy. Tithonus was young, golden-haired, and possessed of a quiet nobility. His voice was low and musical, and he walked the palace gardens at daybreak, whispering verses to the gentle, stirring wind. It was this habit that caught the dawn's attention. One morning, as he recited a poem to the sun, Eos descended in a shimmer of rose-gold mist. The air trembled with her presence, leaves bent slightly toward her, as if every living thing recognized its first light made flesh. Tithonus froze. Then, slowly, he bowed, not with fear, but with awe. Eos touched his cheek with fingers warm as sunrise. "Raise your eyes, mortal," she whispered, "for I have risen this day to meet you." Their love blossomed quickly, naturally, as though it had always existed and was only now stepping into the light. Each morning, Eos carried Tithonus in her chariot across the sky. They spoke of poetry and winds and the fragility of mortal life. Eos, in return, shared the quiet loneliness of eternity and the burden of a heart that never stopped yearning. Soon, she could not begin her day without him. The dawn sought him as naturally as sunlight seeks the sea. But Tithonus was mortal. Time tugged at him, each sunrise borrowing a fragment more of his youth. Eos, a mortal lover of fleeting things, felt panic bloom within her. One day, after she returned him softly to the palace balcony, she held his face in both hands. "I cannot lose you," she said. "Tell me what you desire, and I shall make it so." Tithonus, gazing up at her as though she were the sky itself, answered without hesitation. "I desire to stay with you, Eos, always. As long as you rise, let me be by your side." The words struck Eos with a hope so fierce it was almost painful. She rushed to Olympus, riding on a streak of gold. She knelt before Zeus, king of the gods, a gesture that shocked the entire court. Her auburn hair spilled over marble, glowing like the first breath of day. "Grant my beloved Tithonus immortality," she begged. "Let him live with me forever." Zeus, amused by the passion of the dawn, agreed. With a thunderous nod, he proclaimed, "So shall it be." The decree echoed like the crack of creation. Eos cried out in gratitude, but in her haste, blinded by love and fear, she had forgotten one thing. She had not asked for eternal youth. At first, nothing seemed amiss. Tithonus traveled the heavens with her, his laughter bright, his hands warm in hers. But as years flowed like rivers through time, changes crept upon him. A silver strand in his hair, a tremor in his fingers, Eos noticed first. She tried to chase the truth away with kisses and warmth, but the truth settled heavily between them. Tithonus would live forever, but he would continue aging. He grew frail, his once strong shoulders stooped. His voice, once lyrical, cracked and rasped. Eos begged the Morai, the Fates, for mercy, but destiny, once woven, held firm. Tithonus, now ancient but undying, reached a point where his body could no longer bear the weight of ageless time. Every morning, Eos carried him with her across the sky, and every morning he grew weaker, smaller, more brittle. His mind fragmented like sunlight caught on broken water. He whispered memories as though they were leaves falling in a mist. Still, she held him. Still, she loved him. But immortality had become a cage. The day came when Tithonus no longer resembled the prince she had once found in the sunrise garden. He had become a husk, alive, aware, but incapable of bearing the burden of endless time. He whimpered. He shrank. His voice, now a thin thread of sound, called out her name with aching devotion and fear. Unable to watch him suffer, Eos made a heartbreaking choice. She touched his forehead and whispered a final blessing, one born out of passion, but of mercy. Let your voice remain, though your body fails you. Let you be light enough to be carried without pain. Let your immortality become gentle. And in a shimmer of golden dew, Tithonus transformed into the first grasshopper, a tiny creature with a long life, an eternal voice, and a song that burst forth at sunrise, singing for the dawn. To this day, grasshoppers cry at first light, not in torment, but in devotion. Their endless song is Tithonus' immortal love calling toward the goddess who once loved him enough to beg eternity for him. Eos rose every morning afterward with a heaviness no light could dispel. She drove her chariot, but her eyes often drifted toward the trees below, listening. And when she heard the grasshoppers, Tithonus' endless choir, her heart trembled. She would whisper softly in the wind, "Forgive me, my love. I wished only to keep you, but I chained you in time." From that day forth, the dawn goddess glowed a little redder, tingled with the blush of eternal sorrow. The rosy-fingered Eos, whose fingertips always seemed wet with tears of a love gained and lost through her own desperate wish. The story of Eos and Tithonus is not merely a myth of love and tragedy. It is a reminder carried through ages. To cling too tightly to what must change is to risk breaking it entirely. Eos loved Tithonus fiercely, purely, but without wisdom, and in granting him immortality without youth, she condemned him to a suffering he was never meant to bear. Yet their love remains in the world, in the warm blush of dawn, in the ancient song of cicadas or grasshoppers, in the soft truth that even divine beings can make mortal mistakes. And though Eos rises anew every day, she carries with her the memory of the prince who once recited poems to the morning light, and whose voice, transformed and eternal, still greets her at every sunrise.
Hello, my name is Becca, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
Malachi stops as he's walking and lets, like, as the rest of the group kind of make up their way to him, he turns to Nefeli and says, your father's going to be a problem if he keeps acting like this. And I don't mean with me. I mean with Kiriki. She will fucking kill him.
Nefeli doesn't react outwardly. In fact, ever since her father uttered the first words, she's got like a tiny, tiny polite smile that doesn't quite reach her eyes. She's got 1,000-yard stare. And she's just going to say, I'm afraid there's not much I can do about it.
Let's hope this interaction is quick then. There's a lack of patience in this group. The Castor holds all of it.
And this man really tests my patience.
Then we're fucked. Let's go.
He goes across the central atrium and then goes through another doorway on kind of the left side of it, and then he heads left from there. And you guys can follow him, and he goes into a dining hall, and you can see through the doorway to the right. It's a wider doorway, about 10 feet wide, that there is a banquet hall just beyond that, and there's a long table, probably about 30 feet long. Chairs all around it, very extravagant. But in this little dining hall, there's probably only about 9 chairs around a square table. And you can see on the other side of it, there's a doorway into what looks like a wine cellar and store area for food. And there is a servant who quickly grabs 1 cup, and you'll see that her father holds up his hand for 5 cups. And the servant grabs them and sets them around the table at different chairs. And then her father will ask you, "What kind of wine do you drink?"
Malachi blinks for a couple seconds. He doesn't remember.
Lesbos, Thasos, or Chios. Those are your options here.
Chios is fine.
A man of taste. Good.
Malachi glances over to Kiriki and shrugs a little bit.
The servant will expectantly look at Castor, Nepheli, and Kiriki.
Castor will just put his hands up, gesturing no thanks.
I don't drink.
Nepheli is going to raise her hand and shake her head no.
The servant will nod their head, and Grigoris will start sipping his wine. Now, you want to come into my home and then get mad at me for how I speak to people in my own property? Whatever. What do you and this thing want? Welcome home, girl.
Malachi's knuckles audibly crack as he's tensing his fist. If Nephili can speak for herself. Here.
Well, as you taught me, Father, the livelihood of the citizens must take the first priority. I have been informed that people are dying every night, and I wish to ask you whether it has something to do with the barrier protecting the city.
Don't know anything about it.
Can I vibe check?
Yep, go ahead. Anybody who would like to, go ahead and do an insight check.
I'm definitely going to, even though it's not one of my better ones.
I will do my best.
Ooh, baby.
Oh.
Nice.
That makes sense.
Alright. How did you guys do with your insight checks?
I got a 5. Kiriki's too mad to focus.
Fair.
I got a 16.
I've got a 12. Nepheli is still kinda dissociating. It's hard for her to think.
Opposite of Kiriki, Malachi gets more focused when he's pissed, and he rolled a natural 20 for a 21.
Nice. So, Kiriki, you know this man has very sweet blood. You know that he's talking too much. Nepheli, this is the man who raised you, quote unquote. He didn't teach you a lot of good things, but he offered teachings through money and power that have gotten you as intelligent and smart as you are. Castor, he seems to not care either way. He doesn't care about the people dying, he doesn't care about the domes, doesn't seem to give a shit. Malachi, he's hiding something behind that cup. He is nonchalantly not giving a shit, but he definitely knows something.
Malachi squints and tilts his head a little bit. You'll forgive my pushing, sir. Walls of your city are surrounded by demons, and the people within it are dying. Now is not the time to keep things to yourself. We've been sent by the gods to help. It would be in your best interest to help us do that.
He makes eye contact with you and looks at you over his cup as he raises it and takes a drink. And these jeweled rings on his finger almost block the view of his eyes to yours as he takes a drink. And then he lowers the cup and says, "Sorry, can't help you."
I would like to remind you of a feature I have in this moment. Since you said he specifically makes eye contact, I have a feature called the Heart of Darkness. Those who look into your eyes can see that you have faced unimaginable horror and that you are no stranger to darkness. Though they may fear you, commoners will extend you every courtesy to do their utmost to help you. Unless you have shown yourself to be a danger to them, they will even take up arms to fight alongside you should you find yourself facing an enemy alone. Now, I understand he's not a commoner, but he does see an unspeakable amount of darkness in the eyes of Malachi.
He will shift awkwardly in his seat, but he will maintain his position.
Malachi leans back a little bit in the seat that he's standing in and folds his hands a little bit and just stares him down. He's just going to stare at him, mean mug him a little bit.
He finishes off his cup and then gets up. "Of course you all are welcome to stay for dinner. You brought back my precious Nefeli. But I think that's all. One night. Then I think it's good if you move on."
Your
And he
city
walks
is
out.
surrounded by demons, and you think we can just leave? Do you know the effort it took us to get in here?
He keeps walking.
Oh no, Kiriki's gonna block his path. How tall is this man?
Probably like 5'10".
Yeah, Kiriki is taller. I'm going to have to ask you to reconsider your opinion on the city and your care of whether the demons get in there or not, or whether you care about the shield. Get it through your fucking head that your city, or the city, is under attack, and you need to stop drinking wine and fucking help. Or do something else.
He looks at you, no emotion, and says, "Okay." And he just looks at you. He raises his eyebrows like, "Oh."
No, she doesn't budge.
Malachi stands up slowly behind the man and approaches. And he doesn't move Kiriki or try to move her at all. He just stands next to her and looks at the guy. We've been through a lot. We've been fighting these demons across the nation. Through cities of all sorts. Cities weaker than yours that have fallen and been destroyed by these creatures. I think, perhaps, if there's nothing left for you to think about, now is the time to think about, if nothing else, your own survival.
Because
Lack of
there's
action.
nothing stopping me from carrying your fat ass over the wall.
He kind of smiles. "Nefeli, you should tell them that all the guards that you saw growing up, all the soldiers that surround these walls, well, they're going to defend me. So you either watch all the people you grew up with die because your friend here will defend me to their lives, or she simply moves, and I carry on about my day."
I have lived a very long time, sir, and you know what happens to leaders who do not help their citizen.
He rolls his eyes. "I'm a merchant girl, not a leader."
Oh, then you
Father-
are fucking useless to us anyway.
Father, do you expect your guards to defend you? And she's
Yes.
purposefully raising her voice so that it carries.
Nefeli, you know that they will.
Even if they hear that they might be next in line to die just because you refuse to tell what you know?
They
This
will.
man is just a merchant, yes? Who is the leader of this city? Not this man.
He just stands there smiling.
Malachi reaches out a soft hand gently to Kiriki's arm, and he starts to kind of pull at her enough to give her the inclination he wants her to move, and then he looks at the guy, and he says, "Come, Kiri. Pathetic men like this are not worth our anger.
People
If he
are
wants-
dying in their sleep. I hope you're next.
And he'll continue to pull her kind of out of the way if she's not resisting.
The man shows no emotion, nods towards you, Malachi, and then just walks out of the dining hall or dining room.
Like,
Okay,
even
Spits
like,
on the ground as he walks away.
Nefeli or Kirki will look at Nefeli and be like, I could eat him. It would not be a problem. Oh, she doesn't know that. Oh, well.
Yeah, it's been said.
It's been said.
You hear him yell, "Guards, keep an eye on these guests. They're known to be dangerous. They have one night here, then they must leave."
Nefeli's just going to hunch over and bury her hands in her hair, trying to regulate her breathing.
I don't mean to speak out of turn, Nefeli, but your father fucking sucks. And I'd be surprised if he makes it through the week.
He's quite kickable.
Punt.
Where are these rooms that we're supposed to have? I need to not be here in this room right now.
You guys can see at the doorway, stand there very awkwardly, is a very well-groomed man, older in years, around like 40. Nefeli, you know his name is Philemon, and he is the head host here. He is the master of hospitality, and he has a very good memory, and that's what makes him so good at it. And he says, "I am actually to lead you to your rooms. He kind of like tries to fake a smile. He's like, I hope your stay has been pleasant."
Just stare from Malik.
Kirki will walk over to Nefeli and, like, again, apologize to Nefeli. Kirki does not understand personal space and will, like, grab her face to make her look up at Kirki from her hands. You are the daughter of Zeus. That man is a pathetic man. You do not have to listen to him. You do not have to be frightened of him. And she'll, like, release her face and, like, walk away.
Nefeli doesn't say anything in response. It kinda looks like the words just pass by her brain and don't register. And she's just going to say, feel free to use the baths, eat something. You're safe here. Despite my father's lovely personality, I doubt he's going to harm you. He's rather just stay away.
Young Nefeli, has he always been like this?
Yes.
And you let him live? Ugh.
Given the circumstances of the city and the ongoing sheets of the demons, that is a very odd behavior to have, even for a man as cruel as and undetached as the one you claim him to be. Or am I alone in thinking this?
I've met men like him before. I've been a man like him before. It's not outside the realm of possibility, that's just how he is. But I'm not going to discount that the demons might be involved. Heartlessness was here long before the demons, Castor.
Heartlessness is one thing. Turning a blind eye to an imposing threat as a demon army outside the city is another.
You hear somebody clear their throat. The gentleman is still standing there. Philemon. And he says, "May I escort you to your rooms where you may speak more amongst each other?"
Yeah, yes. Fine.
You can see there's like a servant over there with a amphorae of wine just awkwardly standing there in the corner.
We do not understand how to work in social interactions anymore, okay? We've been on the road for a long time.
We fought like monstrous demons. I don't think we are even intimidated by them or the gods or anything.
Castor's social interaction was with gods. Malachi's been killing people out of mercy for 80 years. Kirki's always been a social outcast. Like, we are not equipped to deal with people like this.
Yeah, Kirki's understanding is that you cut off the head of the snake.
He will walk you around the outside of the central atrium, and as he walks, he says, "This long wall here is the banquet hall, and past that is the gardens. And he'll kind of hold out his hand to the left. There you can find fresh herbs and fruits and vegetables of anything you would like. And then past that, a little bit beyond straight, and then to the right you will find the upper gardens. In that area is more of the ones for the gods, like the olives and figs. And then he kind of takes a right around the central atrium. He says, this is Nefeli's suite. She has a rather good heart about her, and I don't know if you want to stay there or not. Your rooms are simply those two doors. And he points ahead and to the right, and you can see there's twin doors, but there's a wall separating them. He says, you can choose which one's which. The one on the right has 2 beds and a love seat and a table and almost a full kitchen. The one on the left is 3 beds and it has more wardrobes and a desk, and it's more of a working area. Now, would you like me to show you to your rooms, or would you like me to leave you at Nefeli's suite?
We can figure it out from here. Thank you.
He bows. If you need anything at all, please simply reach out. Philemon.
Malachi gives him a curt nod.
Madam Nefeli, welcome home, my dear. And he bows. And
I think if we want to know anything, we should reach out to someone on the lower part of the ladder.
I think we should investigate with the person that talks to the man down in the streets. We can look into what he said, maybe investigate around town, perhaps find bodies. For now, it might be due for us to have some rest. We've got some affordances here. We should take part in them while we can.
Yes, that is a good idea.
Read.
Malachi is going to look down at himself, kind of look at his hands.
You said there were baths?
Nefeli, you know there is a public one for the servants and the guards, kind of close to the inner courtyard, a little bit to the left there. But other than that, each guest room has its own bath that a servant will attend, and then you have a lavish one that you might or might not care to share.
If you'd like to handle your hygiene, you can use the private baths. I could help. I could share mine.
I don't need anything lavish. I just want to wash the dirt of the road off.
If you'd like some change of clothes, just reach out to the nearest servant.
Malachi nods and he'll go, he'll kind of start walking towards these 2 private doors, these 2 other rooms.
Do they wash clothes too? Out of curiosity, I've never had servants.
Well, yes, they can help with most things.
Do you think they could, and she'll motion to like her entire outfit, do you think they could get the blood out of this? I think it'd be funny to see if they could.
I suppose.
Some of those stains are hundreds of years old.
No, I haven't worn the same clothes for hundreds of years. That's crazy. Clothes wear out.
Maybe that's just me. Fuck, maybe I should get different clothes.
You got new armor. That's pretty fancy.
Nefeli, you know that your father pays a woman named Lysette a very handsome salary because she is skilled at getting out stains.
I'll request her help with this.
All right, then I need a change of clothes.
Yeah, we'll do the same.
Nefeli is going to approach the nearest servant and request Lysette to arrive with her tools.
All right. The servant will quickly bow and then run off towards the front to go get Lysette.
You said the baths that are afforded in the guest rooms? There are some in there?
There are some, yeah.
Malachi's going to go into the first room, the one that has like 2 beds, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And he's going to find one of these places. Are these like closing doors, or are they just regular as like openings?
They close and they lock.
Okay. So he'll he's gonna go in there and he's gonna start getting undressed to take a bath, but he didn't lock the door or anything, so if anybody goes in there, like, he doesn't care.
Roll a perception check.
Oh, sure. I'm super at those. Yeah, it's a solid 3.
Okay. You get undressed. You get in the bath. It is suspiciously warm, but you can see that there's, looks like ground up roses in there to give it a very nice smell.
Castor, are you also going to see if the servants can do something for your robe?
What do you mean my robe is perfectly fine? Just takes a little whiff. It's been worse.
I mean, you smell better than I do, but how often do we get the chance to have a bit of luxury? Might as well eat it up.
I haven't had luxury for thousands of years, my dear.
Exactly. See, that's what you should do, is enjoy it. For the first time, probably our last time.
Oh, what the heck? You're probably right. And I imagine Castor wearing like a onesie, like the old-timey Wild West prospectus.
Long johns.
Yes, exactly, underneath the thing.
There's a woman who walks up, and she has white hair that's pulled back into like a bun. She has a clasp that's holding it up. And she walks with grace, almost like she is a noble herself, but she is Lysette Venn. And she's upper 50s, does take care of herself, very composed, very elegant, never slouches, always has her hands in front of her. She has a kit with her. She sees Kiriki and her eyes go wide, and she's like, "Oh, is this my task?"
Yes. Well,
Also-
I'm not the only one. There's also his clothes, and then Malachi's clothes. I think he left them in that room.
She turns her eyes towards Castor. She says, "I like this task."
Mm-hmm. Bow, chicka, bow, wow.
She says, "If you need anything," she kind of holds out her hand. "I am Lysette. It is a pleasure to meet you, sir."
The pleasure is all mine.
Not yet.
Oh, God. I didn't realize I was unmuted.
I'm mad that I'm in a bath right now and not witnessing this.
She says, "Which room are you staying in?" She looks at both of you.
This one?
The left or the right one? Which one are you pointing at?
Kiriki just did not point. She just mentioned this entire little space.
Oh, she looks at you expectantly, like waiting for you to say which door.
I don't know. Castor, which room are you sleeping in?
Doesn't really make a difference to me.
You see Malachi went into the first door, if that makes any difference to anybody.
She will.
There's a room with 2 beds and a room with 1, right?
There's
they
a
both
room
have
with 2
two
beds. The one has 2, one has 3. The one on the left
Okay.
has 3, the one on the right has 2. And she will nod towards Nefeli. Is anyone staying with the lady?
No, I feel like she'd want some space after everything that's happened. Maybe just...
She smiles and bows to Nefeli. Good for you to be home.
Kiriki will poke her head into the room that Malachi is in. Which room are you sleeping in? The lady out here wants to know.
He leans his head back in this bath. He's like, this one, I guess.
Okay.
What is this? This is the one with 2. Yeah, this is fine. It's like really calm.
Kiriki will scoop up his clothes off the floor and hand them to the lady.
Kiriki, make
Yeah.
a perception check.
I will make a perception check. What am I perceiving in this room?
I don't know. What are you?
Oh no.
I don't know.
Sorry for my Mickey Mouse ass laugh.
Yeah.
What'd you get?
I got a 3.
All right. You scoop up his clothes and you give them to Lysette. And Lysette will take the clothes, Castor's robes, Kiriki's... Wait. Is Kiriki just going to strip down out here in the open courtyard?
She would, because she doesn't care.
Oh,
Yeah.
She'll take Kiriki's clothes, Malachi's clothes, anything that Nefeli wants to give her.
Nefel is going to shake her head now and say, "I doubt even you could get rid of the stains."
She kind
I'll
of raises
just
an eyebrow.
I'll just probably have them incinerated. It's not like we're starving for resources.
She bows her head. My lady. And she looks at Castor. We offer full body massages, my lord. And then she walks away.
I would like to point out that Kiriki kept her bag, her swords, her armor piece, and her mask.
She's just standing there with a mask on, holding swords and shit, no armor.
You know, she's got her like everything else in her arms, and then she like sets it down like by one of the doors, and because she doesn't care, she'd just go into the same bath as Malachi because it's big enough for multiple people, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll just go join him.
All right. And y'all have noticed a presence of guards. They're not like within 10 feet of you. No, not in the room. Well, actually, I don't know. With 3, you're not sure.
I think I would see a whole full ass person, even with a 3.
Yeah, exactly.
Not with a 3. Sorry, I don't know what to tell you.
That's some Skyrim mass logic.
Malachi doesn't even see Kiriki enter the bath with them. He's gone, apparently.
Yeah.
He does, actually. And he just kind of like looks at her with eyes up for a second as she jumps in, and then he just like closes his eyes and leans his head back. Doesn't really pay attention too much after that.
All right. Castor, you and Nefeli are out there in your onesie.
Mm-hmm.
It's cold breeze.
You got a room all to yourself, buddy.
Feel free to have a moment to relax. I'll go into my suite and take a proper bath myself. I suppose dinner should be served soon, so how about we meet in 2 hours in the dining hall?
Sounds good.
All right. Castor, you go into the room?
Sorry?
Do you go into the guest room to the left?
Yes.
Are you going by yourself, or are you coming to join me and Malachi in the tub?
Oh, you want to get freaky? You want to get down? No.
He is from a grove. Aphrodite made it.
Yeah, there was fucking what's his name? Dionysus was all around in that bitch.
Yup. So your bedroom, you go in there, and it is so nice. The beds are all huge. The desks are very wide. There's books, a lot of history in here. History in court, history of the family. There's nothing that would be kept a secret, so if you're like, I want to look for dirt, you're not going to find it. They're not going to put that for guests. It's mostly why this family is respected, why they should be respected, and how great they are. Kind of like if you were to write a book about yourself and toot your own horn the entire way. With your passive perception, I will say that you do see that the bathtub in here is full. There are chopped up roses like the other one. It is warm water. And then standing opposite on the wall, across from you, it looks like a young man, probably late teens. It looks like he's holding a towel, and next to him is an amphorai with hot water in it. But he is standing very, very still, and it looks like he is purposely trying to stay out of sight, out of the way.
I mean, Castor is really uncomfortable in this situation. He is not accustomed to people, and he's not accustomed to luxuries. So he's looking kind of like a lost lamb, looking at things that he hasn't seen before, trying the bed and stuff like that. You know, it's all new to him. So imagine like a third world country person going into a 5-star hotel. That's the reaction he gets in every interaction he gets in this place.
Alrighty.
So above table, we might not. We didn't see this with our 3s, but is there also a fucking person standing in our room?
Yep.
Okay. Cool.
See,
good to know.
I don't. That's some crazy ass shit that we wouldn't see a whole ass person in the room. That's
so
just
part of their job is to be unseen, unheard. So with a 3, yeah, he's doing his job. He's fucking great.
Standing in the shadows like some kind of psychopath.
Did you have roll? Because Balak and
Passive perception.
Oh, but our passive didn't have to be used.
I have gotten a lot of humor out of this. I have no regrets. I'm sorry.
I'm rolling with it. I am going to 100% in roleplay roll with the idea that I don't know there's a fucking person in this room, and I'm just warning you right now that that's going to stay here in this place with us now.
Yep.
Oh, God.
All right. So Castor, you're in there. Do you want to take a bath? Do you want to lay down? Is there anything you would like to do?
I mean, he partakes in everything, but in a very inquisitive manner. He will take a bath, go like, ooh, when he tries the water with whatever salts and the things it has inside, and because it's a bit warmer than he's used to washing himself on creeks or whatever. So and once he tries like the bed and the bath, in everything he tries, he goes in very timidly, but then he overindulges because it feels so good.
Yeah, and I mean, as soon as you step out of the bath, the boy will run up and wrap the towel around you and start patting you down, and then tie it around you, and then run back.
Not necessary. He seems very...
Does the same thing happen as Malachi starts getting out of the bath?
Yep. You see, you are assaulted by an unknown ninja.
Where did you come
so
from?
Stealthy.
Get off me! Get off me! You son of a
He's
bitch! Get out
patting
of
you
here!
down,
No!
unspeaking. He looks like he's trying to like fight with you to dry you.
Malachi,
He's patting you all
and
over.
I am sorry to everybody in the room, but Malachi is full send gonna punch this kid in the face.
Just Kirky. I think Castor went to the other one. It's just Kirky, and she's not gonna stop you.
He doesn't know this. He's never been royal. He doesn't know what's happening. He's getting assaulted.
This lean teenage boy with olive skin and dark and slightly messy hair gets punched. Where do you want to punch him?
Just in the face. Just a solid left hook.
He looks like it really hurt. You hear like a groan, but he picks up the towel that he dropped when you hit him, and he starts trying to get your legs.
No, you son of a bitch! Get out of here! Malachi's gonna grab him by the shoulders and just walk him over to the door, still buck ass naked because he didn't want to be dried off. But he grabs this kid and he tosses him out the door and closes the door and locks it. And he turns back to Kirik. He's like, "What the fuck was that?"
A child?
Why was he touching me all over with the towel?
No, I was over here. I didn't even see him in the room.
This fucking... I have only seen you work that stealthily before. That was insane. I went through a whole bath and I never saw that kid.
I know, that's crazy.
Oh.
Nefeli.
He grabs the towel up and starts drying himself off.
It's a very well-made wool towel. Nefeli, you go into your room.
Mm-hmm.
All right. When you step in there, you will see a sun-kissed skin, soft young woman, early 20s, dark brown hair, usually tied back whenever she's working, which she is. And she has gentle eyes that are a light brown, and she wears a simple but well-kept chiton. It's a little finer than most of the other servants around here, but she has a small pendant that is a seashell carved with a faint spiral, and it was something that you got for her after your run-in, and you know this to be Thalia, the servant that purposely grew up with you, and she is the exact same age, and he even got one with a birthday close to yours so that you would be as close to possible as you grow up. But she is making the bed, trying to make it perfect. And she stands there and stands straight, puts her hands in front of her, interlocks them, and just says, "My lady." You see a single tear going down her cheek.
No need for formalities, Thalia. Father isn't watching. You can speak to me like a person, don't worry.
She runs up to you and tackles you in a hug.
And
She's just crying.
Nefel is going to sag into her arms, still feeling deep shame after people have witnessed who her father is. And she's going to say, I've had rather difficult past few weeks.
She says,
Hopefully, that was the worst of it.
You're home. You're home. Tell me everything.
Has the scar faded from her forearm, or is it still there?
It's still there.
She's going to raise her arm, show her the, slightly faded mark, and say, I'm not sure you want to know the details.
She looks at it, and she looks confused, because as far as she knows, you're the most powerful person ever. Like, she idolized you. But you were also very, very, very close growing up. And she just says, but you're alive. You can leave out the gory details, but did you see anything hot? And she, kind of giggles.
I'm afraid not. I was taken to Oropos, kept in a, let's say, camp. I was experimented on, but luckily the people I've arrived here with have managed to save me. That's pretty much all that happened, if I skip all the gory details.
She'll take both your hands and guide you over to the bath and start helping you in. And she will start washing you. And she will say, What of them? What do you know of these people? Are they gods like you? Are they powerful? Are they heroes? Tell me everything.
Nefeli is going to sprawl out in the bath, just thunk her head backwards with her eyes closed and say, oh, they've mentioned that they're sent by gods. They have some powers, but it's not like we've managed to bond in any significant way.
Do you trust them?
Well, I trust them as much as I possibly can, considering what they've done for me, but trust is a rare currency these days.
She lowers her head. Agreed. She kind of looks around, even though you're in the room by yourself, and she speaks very quietly, and she says, your father, he's gotten, I don't know, crueler sometimes. Like he's two different people.
Have you heard anything interesting through the grapevine? What it might possibly be?
No, he doesn't take guards with him into his office anymore. They're not allowed in. Nobody is. Not even your mother.
Do you know where he keeps keys?
As far as I know, just on him. She smiles. I have been practicing my little skill that we used to use when we were younger and we wanted to get a snack at night.
So you do have a key of sorts.
I have the key of persistence. And she points to a little lockbox that she's had since y'all were kids, and she collects everything, including little lockpicks that she would use to break into places you weren't supposed to be.
Father has allowed us to stay only for one night, so I think we could try to have a small sightseeing around the estate later at night.
She looks confused. I'm sorry, only one night, but you live here.
Yes, but this house hasn't felt like home in quite a while.
She lowers her head. I've missed you.
I've missed you too.
She kind of gets quiet again as she pulls one of her arms out and she's wiping it down. And she says, your father looks at me like I don't belong here anymore, and I'm afraid. Without you here, I'm afraid of what he's going to do.
If he's anything like I know him to be, the cost of harming you would be greater than just leaving you be.
But what if he sends me away?
I doubt Mother would allow for this to happen.
She gets kind of a concerned look on her face. Your mother, I worry for her too. He snapped at her a couple of weeks ago in a way that I've never seen before.
Has he harmed her?
I don't know.
I'll handle it. There are a few things that need to be investigated. When I was entering the city, I was approached by a man who has requested my help because apparently random people have been dropping dead.
She kind of nods. Yeah, we've heard about that.
I think my father knows something about it. My new allies have tried to get some information out of him, but you know him and how he is.
Do you think your new friends are they fighters?
Yes, greatest I've ever seen.
She smiles. Good. That means I can rest assured that you're okay. And she kind of forces a laugh.
Yes, it's, truth be told, they're amazing. They can teleport, they use weapons like nothing I've seen in our army, and that older man, he can literally transform into animals.
Like a god?
Of sorts, yes.
She kind of stares at you amazed. Is he like you? Does he have blood of a god running in him?
I'm not sure. I've heard him be referred to as a druid, but I don't recall ever hearing much explanation of what such people are.
She shakes her head. I've never heard of it.
Perhaps that man could help you with our sightseeing. He can change shape. I've seen him transform into a hawk, so I assume he can turn into smaller animals. Perhaps some that could possibly crawl through keyholes.
She just kind of looks at you, like, mouth open for a second. That is amazing. She kind of, like, leans back with her head against yours, and then she puts her hand up as if writing, and she says, Nefeli, survivor of the dark creatures.
It was strange, though, fighting. I mean, I've never really used those gifts much.
She's one of the only people present who knows about what happened. And she says, yes. And she takes your hand in hers. But I believe in you. In every way.
Anyways, I think we should finish up soon. I want to make sure we all eat. That we pack some rations just in case. Make sure whether we need anything. And if we decide to sightsee, I'll go get you that night.
She winks. I'll be here if you need me. Do you want me to attend you during dinner?
Yes, I think that would be a good idea.
She nods and smiles. I'll pack my pockets. Malachi!
Yo,
you
what's
slammed
up?
the door shut. Naked.
I did indeed. Yeah.
Water and balls flying around.
I was drying myself with the towel, actually, but yes.
Alright, would you like to make a perception check around the room?
Yes, I would. I'm going to search actively. He's like turning up the bed, and he's like looking behind cabinets and opening up cupboards and shit. Any more little fuckers hanging out in here? It's a 14.
You open up one of the wardrobes, and you see somebody stand there having 2 pairs of clothes in each hand. He says, which attire would you prefer, sir? I'm kidding, there's nobody there. You look around, and you see nobody else in the room. Kiriki, you're just watching him crazy.
Oh, yeah, she's still in tub. She's just watching him frantically look around the room.
He's like dried off, but he did not bother getting dressed because I don't think he's got a change of clothes yet.
We did not get new clothes.
No. So he's like got the towel kind of loosely wrapped around his waist as he's like rummaging through things. And then he stops after a few minutes and sits down at the edge of one of the beds. Just shakes his head. Is that
Is this a normal process? You wouldn't know. You've probably never been in a noble setting either, have you?
No. I
No.
grew up in the temple.
I will note that where the boy was standing, you see an amphoray of water, hot water, but you also see two sets of clothes.
Oh.
They're both
Nice.
for males, but
That's fine.
Yeah.
He gets up and he starts looking through the clothes and stuff, and
It looks like these are a little big for you, but I'm sure it won't be. No, actually, they'll probably fit.
and
Yeah.
he tosses them over towards the edge of the tub where she could reach them. He kind of sighs a little bit, lowers his shoulders.
I'm not really fond of the idea of dinner with these people.
Oh, I'm not going to go eat with them. I physically can't, and I think it's weird.
Hmm.
So, I'm skipping. But you should go enjoy some luxury food.
No. I don't think I could be around that man or anyone associated with him. I might
Oh,
do
but-
something I'd regret.
But you got your sense of taste back, right?
Yeah.
I would go enjoy it while you can before we hit, are stuck eating, rations again.
He walks over and sits at the edge of this tub and looks at her, and he's like,
I think I'd rather stick around. If this is our last day in the lap of luxury, maybe you and I could make it count. Spend some time without killing demons together.
Oh, but that's so fun.
Killing demons is fun, but there's comfort sometimes in not killing them.
You should
Comforts.
probably go make sure Castor's gonna go eat with them.
Castor's a grown-ass man. He can make his own decisions.
yeah.
Fair enough. What is
Unless you
Castor doing?
So, Castor, at the foot of you is this young man. He has massaged your feet and he is cutting your toenails.
"Oh no, not the toenails!"
And he is trimming your toenails to be perfectly equal to each other while making sure you feel comfortable and have fruit in a bowl next to you. And he says, "So you met gods?"
Castor is lying there with 2 cucumbers on his eyes. No, he's not. Yes, I have.
That's amazing. You're amazing. I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
It's my pleasure. I'm more than happy to be here.
Can I get you anything else?
You have already done too much, thank you. Not used to this kind of treatment.
He will finish with your toenails and then stand and make sure you're brushed off. He says, "Would you like your hair trimmed?"
No, thank you.
He will bow to you. "If you need anything, call." And he'll go stand back on the wall.
You can leave the room. That's fine. You don't have to stay here.
He kind of tilts his head and has a weird frown on his face, and he says, "But I have to stay. If we don't, we're punished. I mean, this is our job. If we don't do our job, then we're no good to the master."
I mean, is your job to awkwardly watch me for the next hours while I rest?
If you want to word it that way, yes.
But isn't it also your job to please me?
He gets a weird look on his face. He says yes.
And what if being pleased would be that you leave my room? And if you stay, I would be unpleased.
He kind of looks up like he's thinking. If that is what you wish, I will wait outside.
Thank you.
He bows, and he will go right outside, and you will hear the door shut.
And both of the kids see each other
Yeah.
way. They both got kicked out of
Yeah.
their rooms.
One's
As
got a
soon
black
as-
eye.
Yeah,
So-
as soon as he steps outside, Castor hears, "What happened to your face?"
Crazy gold guy or creepy old man, take a peek. And I will try to rest a bit.
All right. You can easily take a short rest if you'd like.
Malachi
Well,
is going
mechanically,
to...
I don't need it, but...
Malachi is going to say to Kiriki back in their room, he's going to like reach out his hand and touch her face, and he's going to say, "Tonight, would you spend tonight with me and just ignore the world and all of its problems, just for one night?"
She like narrows her eyes at him. Like that doesn't seem practical, but sure. It's hard to ignore the demon infestation.
I know. And trust me, it doesn't leave my mind often. But tonight, I think I'd like to pretend that maybe just once we can have a moment of peace.
All right.
And he's going to like stand up and kind of start getting dressed, but he's going to lean down as he's doing so and just kiss the top of her head as he does so. And then he's going to go about just kind of hanging out. They're skipping dinner, for sure.
Nefeli, is there anything you would like to tell Thalia? Or do you want to leave out the whole Oropo situation?
I think Nefeli is going to just describe that she was being experimented on, that she was tortured, but she wouldn't explain how exactly. And I'd like to give Thalia one of my sending stones.
Ooh. Okay. Did you tell her about this before?
I think yes. It was a gift from Grandpa, and Nefeli has most likely told Thalia about it.
Okay. She gives you a hug. Says, "I'm ready whenever you are."
I'll contact you once I decide whether to go through with it, but most likely yes. If you're saying that father has gotten even worse than he usually is, then I can't really leave my mother with this burden.
She nods solemnly. She'll hold out her hand. Are you ready for dinner?
Yes.
She'll smile.
Could you stop by my allies' doors and request for them to arrive at dinner?
Of course. It'll be great to almost be like old times again.
Yes. I'll meet you at the dining room.
She'll give you a slight bow. Like, over the years she never stopped bowing to you, but it is definitely a different bow than what she gives other people. Like, there is friendship there. But you guys head out, and she awkwardly walks up outside the rooms, and then Castor, on the outside of it, you hear, "What are y'all doing?" And Castor, you will hear a knock on the door, waking you up from your little nap.
I get up and I answer the door.
You do see a young woman out there. She's pretty. She has a lot of features that kind of look like Nefeli. And she's about the same age. And she bows a very wide bow to you. She says, "My name is Thalia. I am the personal attendant to Nefeli. I am requesting your presence for dinner." And she kind of like looks sideways at the servant outside your door. The guy shrugs.
I would be delighted. Which way do I go?
She says, "Your personal attendant will escort you." The guy looks at you like pleadingly. Like, come on, just let me do my job, man.
Well, looks like it's your lucky day, young man. Lead the way.
He smiles and he starts walking you across the central atrium towards the dining hall where you guys were before. Kiriki and Malachi, you guys hear a light knock on your door.
Malachi will crack the door open a little bit just to peer out.
Before you open it, you hear a young man saying, "I swear I didn't do anything. I don't know why he did it."
Yeah, just a crack, just enough to get like half his face out. And Malachi's like, "What?"
You'll see the young woman, Thalia, and she will introduce herself to you and say, "Your presence is requested for dinner. It is to be a delightful banquet from what I am told." And she smiles.
We're going to
No
pass.
thanks. You hear from inside the room.
She raises an eyebrow. "Of course."
Oh,
Malachi kind of shoves his head through the crack a little bit to look at the kid.
sorry about your face, kid. Don't sneak up on guys like that.
The kid just like sighs.
And then Malachi closes and locks the door again.
You'll hear the woman outside say, "Make sure they are undisturbed. You guys are left alone."
Thank you.
At dinner time is a nice little feast. You got a spread of fish, meats. You got goat cheese, sheep cheese. Is there anything that Nefeli or Castor would like to request?
Nefeli would request for the cooks to prepare some sort of preserved food, like, I don't know, cured meats and stuff that isn't easily perishable, so that she can pack it for their journey.
I mean, most of them all know you by heart. So, Alini, she runs the kitchen, and she smiles, and she winks. She says, "I'll prepare something special for you to take. Hopefully not too soon." And the entire time, Thalia is standing behind you while you're seated. And Castor, the attendant for you, the boy, is standing kind of behind you, constantly making sure you have everything you need. And he'll even, like, tuck cloth onto your lap. And if anything smears onto your cheek, like a sauce or oil, then he will dab it for you before you have a chance to.
Is the room filled with people?
Not people so much as just Grigoris, your mother, the dog's running circles, and then it's just servants and guards from there. Grigoris always has 2 with him when he's outside of his office. As far as you knew, he always had 2 with him when he was in there too, but apparently not anymore.
Nefeli is going to lean towards Castor and whisper, "I'm going to need your help with something at night."
You said me, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll stop by your door. If you could not lock it for the night so we don't alert anyone.
While you're telling him this, Thalia will go behind Grigor on the other side of him and start asking him about his favorite wine, if he has plenty to drink, and if he wants anything special for you, making a commotion to where he's facing away from you.
Understood. And I slightly pat her hand with my hand, like a there kind of pat, and nod to her. So, I don't say much so we don't get caught.
We might need the others' presence as well. They refused dinner, but I think they would be open to helping us. So
they're not in this room, right? Kirki and Malachi?
No.
Okay.
You know them better than I do, so perhaps you could try to convince them.
I'm sure that if we asked them, they would be there. I will handle that. Don't worry, I will make sure they're there.
So I think if nothing happens during the dinner, we'll just fill up on some proper food and adjourn.
It's mostly quiet. Grigors has absolutely nothing to say to you or Castor, but the mom will try every now and then. She'll be like, "So, did you meet any interesting people on your journey?"
Yes, aside from my new friends, there was also a Spartan warrior named Philonika. She was very protective and helpful. I've met quite a lot of people, but the situation wasn't exactly calm or safe, so we didn't have much opportunity for chit-chat.
The Spartans are very spirited, I hear. Your aunt, she married a Spartan, and they made a home in Delphi. Next time you're out and about, be sure to stop by and say hello.
course, I will. Could I, by any chance, try to roll perception to see whether Amalthea has any bruises, or insight to see how she behaves around Grigoris?
Go ahead. Roll either perception or insight, whichever one you prefer.
I think I have better chances with insight. Ugh. Only 11, unfortunately.
She's just trying to make light of the situation. She doesn't seem to be acting fearful or anything. At one point, she will look at Castor and... you're an older man who's been through the demons. I'm assuming you have a family out there?
I do not. I have been alone for many years.
Oh.
But
She
I do
kinda
see my new companions as my protégés, so they're a family of sorts.
She'll smile. No children?
None.
She kind of look at you sympathetically. They are the best things ever. Your friend Nefeli here was a gift. And you'll see Grigoris, the grip on his utensils tighten, and the mother will quickly say, to me and Grigoris, her father, she's a light in our lives.
I assure you, by our short time together, that Nefeli is a gift to all. She's a wonderful young lady.
She'll smile. She is precious. If you don't mind me asking, how are you... What is your occupation? Your trade?
I'm merely a gardener.
She kind of tilts her head sideways. Okay. You make enough money to survive off that.
I'm a very low maintenance person. I'm very frugal. I don't need much.
She kind of gets red in the face. She says, "I'm sorry. I meant no offense. It's just the life we've lived is you must have money, and I can't imagine having a family without money."
Money and life can only get you so far. It's true they offer a lot of amenities and luxuries, some of which I enjoyed myself today here at your house, but it is not everything in this world.
You hear between bites, "More house." The mother smiles at you. You are such a kind old man. I'm really glad Nefeli has you to look up to. She had another one, actually. She had a grandfather figure. He's very sweet, but we don't know where he is right now.
I am very sad to see that young Nefeli didn't have a proper father figure to look up to and be loved by. And he kind of looks at Grigoris.
Grigoris stops chewing and raises his eyes to meet yours, and he just stares at you.
Lord Grigoris, I'm pretty sure you are used to intimidating people with that look, but I'm afraid this falls short in this conversation here.
The mother, slightly coughs, almost like she choked on some wine she was trying to drink. She says, but he provided her with schooling and other amenities that many other people don't have the privilege of being taught or raised. And she kind of nervously laughs.
I assure you that, and this is true for every child in the world, all the gold in the world does not amount to one warm hug and someone saying, "I love you."
The mom smiles, and Grigoris looks disgusted.
I really look at him in a very... I can't find the word now in English, sorry. Not disapproving, but looking down at him.
Ooh, condescending?
Yeah, kinda. A condescending look.
Disdainful?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Also, a much better word. Yes, thank you. Inspiration from me, Kevin.
Oh yeah. I'm not sure if that applies, but I'm gonna mark it on my sheet and call it a good.
It's worth nothing. If you ever try to fight Castor, you're gonna have inspiration.
Okay, cool.
Fight.
Oh, yeah.
Usually goes the opposite. He's usually making sure I can continue fighting, but I'll keep that in mind.
Yeah, but if I down you, who's gonna get you up?
Exactly. That's why I don't mess with Castor.
And after an awkward silence with the Lord, Castor turns to Nefeli's mother and goes, "Well, thank you very much for the food and the accommodation. I will retire now if you would allow me."
Rigorous waves his hand, like as if to shoo you off. And the mother says, "We are so thankful for you. Please, ask any hospitality that we can afford. It's yours to have. We're so grateful." And
I
she
do a
will
little
stand
bow.
up. She will come around the table, and actually she will give you a hug. And she will say, as she hugs you, she'll just kind of breathe into your ear. "It's worth so much gold. You were right."
I give her a gentle pat at the back, and I will take my leave.
Right. She'll sit back down. She'll smile at you, Nefeli, and then look at your father, and then just kind of like go back to eating.
Nefeli is going to stand up from the table and say, "I'll take my leave as well."
Thalia will bow, "My lord," and she'll bow to your mother, "My lady," and she'll follow right behind you.
I will go to find Kirki and Malachi, by the way.
Alright. You will see a young boy standing outside their door. You can see the side of his face is bruising. You can see purple and black. And he just looks at you and he says, They're not to be disturbed. I was told the instructions."
I will touch the boy on its shoulder, cast a cure wounds of the first level to remove the bruises.
I was wondering when that would take place. I knew it would, but I was wondering how long it would take.
I'm not gonna roll, right? It's just
No. It's like
role
I
playing
think
wise.
Malachi's strength is 12?
14.
14, okay, so he took 3 points of damage.
Yeah. So I say, don't worry, young man. I'm perfectly safe with them.
He
And I will
touches
just-
his face, and he's like, "Wow."
And I will knock on the door.
There's a distinguished pause. No answer for a minute. And then probably like 3 or 4 minutes later, the door once again cracks open with Malachi's face.
What? Oh, Castor, what do you need?
Young Malachi, for the luxuries we've enjoyed here, you seem rather cranky.
I'm just trying to enjoy the evening, is all.
All right, I just wanted to check up on you. And as I say that, because the kid is next to me, I will telepathically tell Malachi to meet us, what Nefeli asked, to meet us all together at my room in the night. I will leave my door unlocked for them to enter at their own discretion.
You see his eyes kind of flutter a little bit when you speak into his mind, and then his eyes drift over to the kid who's standing there and then drift back to Castor.
Yeah, we'll touch bases later.
And he gives like a little nod and then closes the door again.
And I will nod and I will also telepathically say, and tell Kiriki as I go away.
Okay, walks back into the room. He just like rubs his eyes.
Apparently, Castor and Nefeli have been conspiring over dinner, and they want us to go do something tonight.
Oh yeah, we have time.
He smiles. And that's that.
Alright. Nefeli, you and Thalia go back to the room. She makes sure you're comfortable. She sits in a chair by the bed, and she says, "Rest your eyes, my lady. I will wake you in a couple of hours."
Of course, thank you. Try to get some rest as well.
She smiles. "I am more at peace right now than I have been in months." Castor, the servant boy, opens the door for you, and then he just kind of looks at you and then points at the ground outside the door, like expectantly.
Ask him, do you ever sleep?
He nods his head. When everybody's taken care of, I'm I am allowed to rest, yes.
Well, consider myself being taken care of. You can rest. And I go in and I close the door.
He just kind of stands there awkwardly before he just, like, walks off. He's like, all right, fuck it.
You can only tell him so many times before he's just going to accept his fate, right?
As he walks by the one outside Malachi and Kiriku's door, he's like, yeah, you know you're fired, right?
No.
Oh, man, there goes my scholarship.
It's a shit job anyways. It's fine.
All right. A couple hours later, Nefeli, you are awoken by Thalia. She has on dark-colored clothing. She looks excited. Like, she has an expression on her face that you used to see so many years ago, like 10 years ago, 10, 15 years ago.
Well, in that case, let's go for some sightseeing.
She smiles, excited. She's like, you remember that one time that we did this? What was that boy's name? Oh, he was so cute.
Truth be told, I don't really remember his name.
She, like, slaps you on the shoulder. Nefeli?
And I think we're going to sneak into Castor's room.
Mm-hmm. There are many guards, but you two have been here for a very long time, so you know exactly where to go and how to step. So I'm not even going to have you roll.
I imagine Malachi and Kiriki sneak out sometime in the dark as well. Don't suppose we've gotten our clothes back, so we're probably just in the clothes we've been given, huh?
You open the door and you see the boy outside actually has your clothes, like, beside him, and he's sitting on the ground with his back against the wall, out like a light.
And they just really don't go away. Oh, here.
He picks up Kiriki's clothes and passes them back to her. Grabs his own. They go in and
Malachi,
change first.
Yeah, your clothes are very, very clean. It smells of lavender. Kiriki,
Nice.
yours smells like an iron lavender, and it's... She tried.
Well,
But,
that's all I asked.
It smells decently nice and looks better.
Hell yeah. Cleanest we've been since the campaign started. And then they will scooch over to Castor's room and meet up.
All right. Castor, you're awakened as they all pile in.
Wait. No, okay. I was already
Not
up.
the towel boy, don't worry about it. What's going on? What have you two concocted?
I don't know. And I just pointed at Nefeli.
Nefeli's going to turn towards Thalia and say, please explain to them what you've told me.
She is so excited right now. She's trying to, like, you can tell that she's trying to stay calm because she's essentially a servant in the midst of heroes and demigods as far as she's concerned. That's like trying to explain a game plan to Hercules. And she's like, so, here's what I know. And then she'll tell you about how Grigors has become more snappy, more switching personalities to become meaner all of a sudden. He has become more confident in his dominance over people, no matter who he's talking to, even other nobles. He almost even told General Totalis off one time, but he did stop himself. But the fact that he wasn't punished for it just gave him more confidence to probably try it again sometime. And guards are no longer allowed in his study or his office. It is just him, not even the mother's allowed in there anymore. And there's only the one key that he keeps on him somewhere. But she believes that she can get you into the office or study, unless somebody else has the ability to do it better.
Okay. Do we suspect?
And he looks over at this girl that he's never met before, and he looks past her and then at Nefeli.
Do we suspect that this is something we have to do? How do I say it? Without any undue aggression. We want to make sure that we're not seen and that this is done quietly.
Hopefully.
Luckily, Castor here is a master of making everybody really hard to see.
Give jazz hands.
Young lady, I'm sorry. I don't believe I've gotten your name.
She kind of frowns. Thalia. I came to get you earlier for dinner.
Oh, pardon me for my rudeness earlier. I was hoping not to be disturbed tonight, but this is a more worthy cause than dinner with people I don't care for.
Yes, of course. Life is hard for heroes. And she smiles and looks at all of you.
He holds up his hand and waves it. No, don't do that. Don't. Heroes, no.
She's still grinning ear to ear.
Warriors, fighters, murderers, maybe, but there's no need to go into hero.
You saved Nefeli, right?
Yes, I suppose that's true.
In Oropos? That's where you were? She looks at Nefeli.
Yes,
Were there other people in prison there?
Yes.
a lot of them from all over Greece.
Are they free?
Yes.
She grins ear to ear and looks back at Malachi. Heroes!
Okay. You seem to be the person with the plan, so you lead us and we will follow.
She smiles and she says, I wish nothing more than to serve Nefeli, my sister.
Sister?
Well, not like real sister, but, sisters.
Ah.
She kind of looks at you expectantly. Do you not have people that close to you that you grew up with? Someone you would call like a brother?
Malachi's eyes drift down towards the ground a little bit, and he just shakes his head.
She kind of...
I haven't had a person I might call a brother, except for Castor here, in many, many years. Castor's more like a kind uncle than a brother.
She smiles. He reminds me of Ethan.
Ethan?
Ethan?
Ethan. And then as y'all say that, she kind of looks at Nefeli confused. Was it Ethan? I'm sorry.
Flashbacks.
Ethan, I think I rarely use his name.
Miss Ethan.
Yeah, we don't really use his name a lot. I'm sorry.
I also miss Ethan. We knew a different Ethan.
He was bigger.
He was
Scarier.
lizard.
This one was old.
Oh, like Castor.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
He was so kind to Nefeli. To everybody, actually. She
It's
kind
a
of
shame
widens
he's
her
not
eyes like, everybody.
The night is a limited time. We should move quickly.
She, quietly opens the door. Castor, you pass without a tracing?
Yes, sir.
Alright. Everybody, please roll stealth.
Yay.
With a plus 10, right?
Yep.
Okay. Alright, what did you guys get?
Malachi rolled a 30.
Oh my god. Uh-huh.
Kiriki, I rolled a 1, but I have a plus 19, so it was a 20.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Alright.
I've got 23 total.
Ooh, that's crazy. You got the same thing as Thalia.
Nice. Sisters.
Alright. And Castor?
22 total.
Nice. Alright. Right before you guys leave, she stops all of a sudden and she looks around and she goes, This is so exciting. I'm on a mission with heroes. She looks at Malachi and sticks her tongue out. Alright. So you guys sneak out of Castor's room, go around the corner, and luckily you are actually right by the office. So she will kind of nod her head towards it and say, Nefeli, can you tell me if anybody comes close?
Yeah, we'll keep watch.
Right. And she will kneel down in front of the door and she will take out a set of lockpicks that you have seen many, many times over the years. And she'll kind of stick her tongue out and bite down a little bit and look up like she's feeling around more than looking around at what she's doing. And then eventually you'll see her smile a little bit as you hear a slight clicking sound. And she will stand up, put them away, and then take a bow. Your wish is my command.
We're sleeping inside.
Yes, we are.
Sorry.
You guys open the door, and you see there is a main desk. Next to it, there is a side desk that's more narrow, kind of bowed, so a chair can move around it more easily. On the other side of the wall, there is a tiered desk that opens up. There are bookshelves on the back wall, And then there's a table in the back corner. This table has something a little interesting on it. It is a lantern. The lantern itself, not too strange. You guys have seen a lot of lanterns. But it is a golden lantern with a kind of some black tarnish over it from just probably age. And it has 2 chains on either side of it. There are 3 lit fires inside. Kiriki,
Yes.
would you like to look at this lantern?
I would love to look at the lantern.
Look at the lantern.
So, looking at the lantern, it is just a fucking lantern. Until Kiriki specifically looks up to it and sees what looks like a crescent moon surrounding a circle with what looks like maybe a star of some kind in the middle of it. Kiriki instantly recognizes this as a symbol of Hecate.
What the fuck? And she's gonna reach out and touch the lantern.
Nothing happens to you. It's warm. I mean, that happens. You go, ah.
Is there anything magical about it?
I don't know. Do you want to cast Detect Magic?
I have that prepped. So yes.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah,
Nice.
I do. I had
Good
to
job.
work.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Poor servant. They watch as Kiriki pulls out like a dagger from her bag and will like scrape it across her thigh and like pull the blood to detect her magic. This poor servant girl just watched some lady just
Heroes.
blood magic. So good. That was a 1. I cast text magic and only did 1 damage to myself.
Fuck
Nice. All right. It is very magical.
Okay.
It is a very strong and old essence of magic.
You have to tell me the property. What kind of magic?
It is more than one.
Cool.
Do I have to tell you how strong it is, or just what it is?
You have to tell me the school of magic, if any.
Okay. Conjuration and evocation.
Oh, interesting. Mm-hmm.
You've been staring at the lantern for a few minutes. You want to elaborate on what it is?
Well, it's a lantern. It's got the symbol of Hecate at the top.
What? Weird.
That's what I'm saying. In a place like for Poseidon, that is weird. I would like to do an Arcana check on this lantern.
This is an artifact, so you better roll real goodsy.
Oh, 21.
Okay. Tell you a little bit. I mean, why not, right? It is an ancient 3-wicked lantern, and it's actually a little bit of history here. It's said to have been lit at a crossroads between worlds, and its flame does not consume oil. And as Kiriki is looking at it, thinking about it, trying to figure it out, she can tell that, in fact, it does not consume oil. It consumes life, choice, and consequence.